Now wins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
47 to Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Silver.
What is it?
After the interception, it's Long. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was trying to find Keith Kirkwood that time. And it's second down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Here's Kamara off the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Check out. Right, 622. Check.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
11Z.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Philly. 57 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Back. Hey, wahoo!
Into the red zone. Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On second down, it's Henderson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
57.
56. Mike, 56. Right there.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. By kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Option right. It's Luck. He pitches it. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 30. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Out of the gun, Luck. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Here we go.
57, Mike, 57.
Hey, Alpha. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. I'm on. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
57's the Mike. You. Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
From the red zone now, Luck trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done. Still a great return and very good field position. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Kill forward, Tokyo. Hey, Steve 6.
Now Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage. And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
81. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Hey, Delta.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On second down now, it's Henderson trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw, Love. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Love. He's going to air it out deep for Matthews. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check 50.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Simon. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead is cut to 2 now. It's 15-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is...
Kamara has it stripped. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Airing it out deep for Smith. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Go, tackle, let's go. We got this. Hey, Charlie. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Wentz will try again on second down. Flushed out right. Hurts over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try to throw back into the middle of the field. He got away with it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And it's taken in at the 9. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, Murray. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 9, Luck. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Luck. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Taking it about the 16. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players. And
he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of... And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's 2nd and inches at the 34-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They run from the shotgun with Murray. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They go back to Murray on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Lock on 3rd down. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook there to make the grab. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. His pass caught at the 4. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Henderson now on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now a play fake. Wentz under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 11.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
47 to Mike, boy, 47. Check, boy. Lefty. Lefty run, watch the run. Hey, check 24.
Throwing is Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz going for the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henderson. And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. Darrell Henderson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 30 on 2nd down. Luck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Luck. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Luck. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Come. Hey, echo.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Go.
57.
Luck now to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. The Saints on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4.
Check, Mike 57. Mike 57. I got you.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now.